To begin with, I'm going to show you how to prep your manuscript in order to upload it to the copyright site. So when you open up your manuscript, there are a few important things. The first, and you can tell from looking at this manuscript, if you look down to the right side, there's a comment there from my editor. You need to remove all comments and track changes. I click the Review tab, I go to Accept and say Accept all changes and stop tracking. I will also then go to the comment section and say delete all comments and documents, and then I click on all markup and say no markup. I use Microsoft Office for Mac, yours might be set up differently. Then the second thing is to make sure don't have a title page or any introductory, just start with chapter 1, delete everything ahead of that, and at the end of the document delete everything that is after the last word in your manuscript. You don't need the end, you don't need anything other than the last word, and that is it. Delete everything after that. You might have an author's note or your list of books or what to read next. Delete all of that so it ends just there, and then save that as a fresh copy. I normally save it as the title for copyright or something like that. Okay, next you're ready to file your copyright. So go to eco.copyright.gov, and you can see here I have an error message that says it works best in Firefox, but I use Google Chrome and it works just fine. Use the left side to log in with your username and password. If it's your first time, click here to register, that link right at the bottom of the gray box. Now you want to click register one work by one author. A lot of people click standard application, but don't click that. The cheapest way is to register one work by one author. This page you can read over, then click start registration. Now you're going to choose type of work and literary work. Everything I'm going to be walking you through right now is to register either a novel or nonfiction book. And you can see here everything that this option is for. So literary work is what you want to hit, then hit continue. The next page is going to be where you're going to enter your title. Now I want to point out the save for later. If you do get interrupted in the middle of this application or you just aren't sure what to do, you can always click save for later and then come back, and it will take you right to wherever you left off. But here, just enter the title of your book and then hit continue. The next screen is going to ask you if your work has been published before. First, I'm going to show you what happens when you hit no. If you have not published this work yet, you're just going to enter the year that you finished writing the book. If you have published it before, you're going to hit yes, and then you're going to put the year you finished it and then what your date was that you first published it, along with the country of first publication. And by country, just choose the country you live in, assuming that you published it there. If you have an ISBN, enter it there as well. You can select ISBN from the drop-down list. If you don't worry about that. Or if you get an ISBN later, don't worry about that. You can always update it if it's important to you, but it's not necessary. Then you're going to hit continue again. Here you're going to put your author information. Now, this information, everything on this screen, will be public information available for anyone to look up and see. So if you write under a pseudonym and you want to maintain the privacy of that pseudonym, then enter your pseudonym information here. So where you say first name, last name, you're going to put your pseudonym's first name and last name. Everything else, put your information. I put my P.O. box because, again, this is public information, but you want to put an address where you can actually receive mail. And as I just did, click this pseudonym checkbox if you're using a pseudonym. Down here you can specify. Remember when I said fictional work or literary work had several different categories? Here, choose what type of literary work you have and hit continue. This next area only will apply typically to nonfiction books, and that's if you're using someone else's content in your book. For most of you, this will not apply, and you can hit continue to skip to the next page. This page is optional. I would suggest just skipping right over it. Here, very important, this is where the Copyright Office will contact you if they have any questions or issues with your application. So you can put your pseudonym here, first and last name, and you want to be sure to use an email address and address where you receive mail, because if something's wrong with your application, they will contact you there. The next page is where they're actually going to mail your certificate. So again, you want this to be a place where you will receive mail. And if privacy is important, again, I'd suggest using a P.O. box. I am 99% sure that where they mail the certificate is not shown on public knowledge, but just to be safe, I use my P.O. box on everything. Now, special handling, you will know if you need special handling. 99% of you are going to skip this section. Special handling really only applies for court cases or something like that. So just hit continue and go to the next page. All right, here, very easy. You're just going to check that you certify that you are the author of this work. Then you're going to type your name in this field and hit continue. And now all you have to do is review all of the information you entered, read over it carefully, then click add to cart. If you have any issues, you can use the back button to go back and change something. Here it's just going to put your item, show you it's $35, and you can click checkout. On this screen you'll have two choices to pay with a deposit account or a credit card or ACH. I always do credit card and ACH, and when you click on this, this is just a screen that lets you know that you are leaving the US copyright site and going onto their payment system. It's going to take you back as soon as you make the payment. Now on this screen it can be a little confusing because they put the pay via bank account and credit card on the same page. So you're just going to fill out the top part if you're paying with a bank account, and then click the button just below that where it says continue with ACH payment. Or if you're paying with a credit card, scroll down, complete the bottom part, and then hit the continue button there. You'll have a few seconds of your request being processed, and then woohoo! Your payment is successful, and all you have to do is hit the continue button and you are almost done with your copyright registration. When you click this button, it's going to take you back into the eco.copyright.gov site, and this is the final step. It's where you submit your manuscript and it will be attached to this application. So to do that, you're going to start by hitting this green Select Files to Upload button. It'll open up a Finder window. You can choose your manuscript, then hit the blue Start Upload button. You have to do that step. It'll just take a minute. It will show up there, and then hit the green button to the right here to submit your work. And then voila, it's done. You right now are finished. If you see this yellow box, your claim submission has been completed. No further action is required. Now you are protected. Your work is protected. Sit back, keep an eye on your email and your mail. If there's any issues with your application, they will contact you via email or mail, oftentimes both. But normally you just wait, and in 6 to 10 months you will receive a certificate with proof of your copyright. And but as I said, you are protected as of the moment you finish the submission and see that yellow box. So you're done. Now, if you